The reason a lot of Christians struggle is that they don't know how to read the Bible in its proper balance. And so they go to a story that was the specific intervention of God in context, and they generalize it. So for instance, if you want to understand how God blesses the works of your hands and provides for you, make sure that you understand how God provided for the children of Israel in the wilderness. Make sure you understand how God provided for the children of Israel in the promised land, and how God provided for the children of Israel in Babylon. Those are different eras. And your context will have to align with the context in comparison, so that you can do what they did and see what they saw. So now, listen. For 40 years in the wilderness, as they were journeying to the promised land, they received bread from heaven every day. Manna fell from heaven. Some people are stuck in that mode, that expectation of provision. That's why they don't want to walk. They're expecting manna to fall. All they're doing is praying, trusting the Lord. Manna will fall. You are not deploying yourself in any useful labor. Make no mistake, there's another extreme. People who are not open to the possibility of God making a way where there seems to be no way. I believe in creative miracles, but listen to me. Oh, all these things are subject to human responsibility and your ability to apply yourself. The reason why God will have to provide in that way is because it was a nomadic generation. They're going to the promised land. There isn't enough time for you to plant anything and get a harvest. So now God steps in. For 40 years, their clothes did not get weary. It did not shrink. It did not tear. Supernaturally, they stayed fresh. Are you listening to me? The children who came out of Israel, of Egypt, with children's clothes, as they were growing in the 40 years, they grew into their clothes. The clothes grew with them, supernaturally. But now, they got into the promised land, and then the Bible said, manna ceased. You know why manna ceased? Because now, God has given you land, a good land. The context of provision is this, that you will now plant and yield a harvest. Never forget what I'm about to say. You know, many times we read Deuteronomy 8:18 out of context. You shall remember the Lord your God. It is him that gives you power to get wealth. Power to get wealth is different from what happened in the wilderness. Bread coming down from heaven. That's what a lot of Christians expect. Power to get wealth is God gave you land. You walk that soil and you get fruits. That's power to get wealth. Not power. Some of you, that's all you know. Now listen to me. Were there poor people in Israel? Do you know how strange that is? And that tells you the reality of life. When they got into the land, they shared it according to different tribes. It was only a matter of time. Some people still became poor. Others became rich. See, if you take all the wealth of the world and distribute it evenly, it will only be a matter of time. The people who were poor before will be poor again. That's when you will know that your purse will always match your mind. Your purse will always match your mind. You must learn to walk. Otherwise, you can have power to get wealth and be poor. God has done his part. So in this context, for your context, power to get wealth is God gave you the opportunity to get a job. Work hard. Power to get wealth might be school or something, or a gift he has given you. Now, some people also know how to walk in the promised land where all the rules are favorable to Christianity, but they don't know how to walk in Babylon. That's a totally different context. Totally different context. All of this we must learn. Your grace will show on Monday. Let's close since you don't want to pray. I said your grace will show on Monday. Don't quench the spirit until you believe that the Holy Ghost can direct you in the practical aspects of life. All you'll be hearing from God is interpretation of tongues. That's all you'll be hearing. Where is the God of Bezalel and Aholiab? Are those days gone? Can God give you grace for witty inventions? Witty inventions.